Today we're going to be working on Chapter 2 in our SolidWorks 2017, a Power Guide. So if you go to your class and go under Topics, you'll be able to click on this book cover and open up. And if you'd like, you can download Chapter 2. You could read through this so that you have a better understanding how to use SolidWorks. But what we're going to do today is the Tutor 1, which is all the way down. All the way down page 97. Or not 97, there we go. On page 91. So we're going to start with Tutor 1. And first thing it does is we're going to open up SolidWorks. So we come over here, find SolidWorks 2016, the 2016 64 edition. So we're going to open that up. And what we're going to do is we're going to start a new part. We're going to open that up. Then we're going to use our sketch tool and the sketch command and get the 3 bars and click on sketch. So it shows us right here in our book. So we're going to do File, New, Part, click on Part, hit OK. We're going to click on Sketch, click on Sketch. Then we're going to select the plane we want, which is the front plane. And we're going to come into our tools, come down all the way down here to the arrow, click on Options, and then in our options we're going to go to Document Properties. We want to make sure that we're using millimeters, grams per second, mmgs system. And we're going to go to Grid Snap, and we're going to change this for this. We're going to change this to 20. Then we're going to display. We're going to hit go to System Snaps, which takes us all the way back to System Operations. And we want to make sure that our grid is snapped here. And then we hit OK, and our grid appears. So now we have our sketch. We're going to go on a circle. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have our center circle. We're going to come here to the origin. We're going to draw this out, and we want this to be 25. So this is snapping. So I can just draw a circle, smart dimension this, click this, and create this as 50. And then hit OK. So now that we have the circle measured at a diameter of 50 millimeters, we can, we've gone past this part, we can draw our arc, right? So we want a center point arc. And we're going to make that radius of 35 and 180 degrees. So let's come up here and make sure we have our choices. We want the center point arc. We click right on the center. Then we come out until we get to 35, which is right here. And we click and drag all the way across 180 degrees. So it says 180 degrees. We'll click that there. So we have this made. Start point, swing it over. Now we're going to do this is going to be, we're going to come over 5 millimeters towards the left. And then we're going to go up 60 millimeters. Then we're going to go over 10 millimeters, down 5 millimeters, over 40, up 5, over 10, down 60, over 5. So I'll show you, we're going to make this shape. So I'll show you this right here. line tool. We go up 60. We go over 5. I'm rolling it out a little bit so I get a better perspective. Come in. Oh, wait. That's supposed to be 20. Sorry. Up 20 first. First 20, then 60. So you can see I did this too large. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit, undo, and pick the line tool like I had before. This is going to go up 20. There's 20 right there. Now I'm going to go in 5. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to go in 5. And then I'm going to go up 60. '60 is right there. So 25, up 60, over 10, down 5, over 40, up 5. $10, down 5, over 40, up 5, over 10, down 60, over 5, down 20. All right, so I got this shape made. As you can see, I have this all done, just like figure 2.14. So now I'm going to pick the corner rectangle tool, and I'm going to look for the coordinates 20, 60, 5, 0 for the XYZ coordinates. And then I'm going to draw a rectangle that is horizontally 40 and vertically 10. So the X is 40 and the Y is 10. So I come over and I look for my coordinates, which you can see down here. All right. So I'm looking for the coordinates 20, 65, 0. So you could see I had 20, 70, 0. Right down here is where I had it. I'm looking for 20, 65, 0, which is right here. I'm going to click. I'm going to drag this. Oh, wait. Shoot. Edit, undo. I forgot to select the corner rectangle. Let's come over here. 20, 65, 0 is right here. So I'm going to click. I'm going to drag this rectangle over until I get 40 by 10. So there's 10, 30, 35, 40. So right here I have X equals 40, Y equals 10. I let go. And now I have my shape. So now I'm going to do my extrude boss base. And I'm going to leave this at 10 millimeters. And I'm going to hit OK. And there's my shape that I created. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go File, make Drawing from Part. I didn't save it yet, so save and insert. So save as tutor 1, or I'm going to call this Chapter 2, Tutor 1. Chapter 2, Tutor 1. And I'm going to hit save. I'm going to make sure that I put this in my Z drive. It has my name on it. And I'm looking for my DDP folder. And there, I put it in my DDP folder and I hit save. So now it's saved. You should do the same. So I make Drawing from Part. I pick the first one that's landscape. I pick over, this one looks nice, put that there, and then I come over where it says annotation, right? So I click on annotation and I click on a note, and then I put down, you put your name here. Your name goes here. If I want, I could change the fonts. I can highlight this, and then I could have all different kinds of fonts, and I could change the size to make it larger. All right, I can also so I can put it there like that, and then I can hit OK, and then I have my name there, and you file save, file print, and you hit it in, and you're done with Chapter 2, Tutorial 1. So let's close this up. You can save this. I'm not going to save it, but you can save it and print it out. Let's close that out. I was already saved. And let's take a look at Tutorial 2. All right, we're going to be making this shape for Tutorial 2. And we're going to be doing the same thing we did in the last one, where we create our grid, use the front plane, and we're going to have the grid snap tools for this one too. So since I just did this, let's see what we have. New part, okay. All right, so we click on sketch. We click on sketch. We select the front plane. We could do that here also. Do it either one of those places. Then we go under tools all the way down. You might have to click on this little arrow to get all the way down to the options. And under the document properties, we check to make sure our units are in millimeters, grams, and seconds. And we want to change this once again to 20 millimeters. We want this to be 4 and this to be 1, just like it is. And then we're going to click display. Then we go to system. And then we want to make sure that the grid is displayed. And then we hit OK. So now we have our grid displayed. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to get a center arc. So we have our choices here. We want the center point arc. And we're going to start in the origin center. And we want this to be 25, which is right here. And 25 is right there. And we're going to drag our arc across 180 degrees like this. And now we can do our line tool. We want to come out 35 right there and go up 10 and then over 25 and then up 10 and then in 10 and then up 105. Rolling my mouse to take this out a little bit. 105 right there. 105. I can roll it in to expand a little bit now. And now I'm going to use another arc, tangent arc, and take this over here. I want 180 degrees, and I'm going to move this till it says 55 right there. So I use the tangent arc this time. All right, I use a tangent arc instead of a center point arc. And then I'm going to create a line that's 125 millimeters and close this up. So line, I start here, and I'm going to come all the way down 125, and then I'm going to close that up as 10. So I have this shape created right here. So let's go down, and I have this shape created as in figure 21.154, and we're going to make a circle, and we want this to be at 0, 120, 0 for the x, y, z coordinates. So I'm going to come up here to the circle. And we want this to be 0, which is here. 120, 0, over 1. So you can see my coordinates, my x, y, z coordinates right down here. 0, 120, 0 is right there. And I'm going to click and then make this a circle of 20 right there. So there's that circle right there. So I have this done, 0, 120, 0, 20 millimeters. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create one of these center arc slots. So I come up and I want a center arc slot. So we want to start at the center here, and let me expand this so that we could see these x, y, z coordinates better. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to drag this out, and I want to start at negative 10, 70, 0. So let's see, negative 20, negative 10 to 70, 0 is right here. So I was clicking and dragging. I'm going to let my drag go, and then I'm going to click again. And I want to, there you go. I want to wiggle it until I get this type of arc here. And I'm going to go over to 50, 110, 50, there's 51, oh, there was 50. So 50 is this way, and 110 is up. There we go. So you could see I just made a quarter of a circle arc. So now I'm going to let go. This is 50, 110, 0, and I let go of that. And now you can see these numbers over here are changing. I want the number to be something like 20. So this is 21. So I'll just click that right there. And now what I can do is I can come in here. 90 degrees. This is all close enough. 120. So I want this to be 20 millimeters. So I'm pretty close to that already. So I'll just put 20. And I just click over here. So this is the shape we want. We can make this 77.777. 77.777. Good enough. All right, so that just changed this side over here. And then this would be 49. We have it at 50. That's close enough. 50 is close enough. So now that we have this done, all we have to do is come over here to our features, extrude boss base, and we'll leave this at 10. And you hit OK. And there, our second shape is done. So we're going to file, save as, and then I want to call this, once again, I want to call this Chapter 2, Tutor 2, Chapter 2, Tutor 2, and then I hit save, and then I go File, Make Drawing from Part. I hit OK. I'm going to click and drag this guy over like that, and then A note, and you type your name, I would type my name, you type your name. You can change any of the font stuff if you'd like. Then you hit the check mark, you hit File Save, File Print, and you hand in Tutor 2. Okay. Now for the last two, I would like you to do this by yourself. Now that you went through the tutorials, I want you to make these two shapes with everything you just learned from this video tutorial, and then hand the drawings for this part in also. You can call this Tutor 3 and Tutor 4, or Test Drive 3 and Test Drive 4 if you'd like. And that's everything you need to know about this video.